Welcome to Basically Us, Episode 3, Season 2. This is the show where two friends met online, minted, and decided to make a podcast. Our wandering star has returned from holiday this week, so we are back together with our good friends, Brady and Bensky.
What is up, everybody? And it's true, I am back. I had a lot of things happen over the last few weeks. We'll get into that, but Brady, I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Yes, you are. Surprisingly enough, when you hear the episode, because I know you haven't watched it yet, but when you hear the episode, I might have said bad things about you and said that I did miss you, but I actually really did miss you. I really did miss you. But I promise you, I really missed you.
I mean, we had one of our good friends in place. Luckily, it was also another person of Latino descent. So there was nothing missing, but I'm glad. I heard it was a good time. I'm glad it was a good time.
Wait,
so it's
hold on. You're Latino?
Yeah.
The fuck? I thought you were like Hawaiian, bro.
No. So I'm
just kidding. The Grajeda gave it away, by the way.
The Grajeda. Well, what's funny though, it's like it's hard because like I'm like Mayan, so like I'm not even like we don't even like our people don't associate as like Mexicans. But like whatever. That's a whole other spiel for later. It doesn't matter. I'll still get deported, either way,
Okay, moving on. After being canceled.
And that was a good episode, everyone.
Hey, done. Oz, roll us out here.
Someone's knocking on my door. Sorry, I gotta go.
Great.
Oh man. Okay. But yeah, talk to me, man. Like what's going on? Like what's new?
I mean, not really anything. I'm really glad actually you took time off though, because like that has been like 100% one of our New Year's resolutions that like, hey, when you're going to take time off, we're not like jumping on doing social media. We're not like, I didn't see a lot of videos from you, social media wise, didn't see a lot in the group chat, didn't see you on here, which was awesome. And then real quick, I want to give a huge shout out to Nick. He stood in the fire, man. Like you wait till you see it. Oz, like he took some shots.
Job. Great job.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
and how much of a lead time did we give him? Like 15 minutes? Now
it wasn't that long.
About 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, about 30-minute lead time. So he stood in the fire, man, and he did a good job. And here's the thing. I got to give him credit where credit is due. He is so much better at transitioning than you and I are.
That's good.
Topics.
That's good.
I'm not going to lie. Like
we gotta get cue cards and everything. So.
Yeah, no shit. Like it's so bad, right?
Yeah,
and
sorry to break that fourth wall for all of you.
It was so crazy that like he could connect, like I'm not joking you, he could connect a cell phone and a pineapple. It was like ridiculous. I was like, oh,
that's awesome.
Okay, here we go. I was
that's funny because in the group chat it is not that smooth.
No, it is not. It is not. Okay, so before we get started, I have to apologize to the great and powerful Oz. For two things, actually. Yes, for two things, Oz. I was asking everybody about their New Year's resolution, and I totally skipped Oz like a dick. And Oz was going to tell us all about it. And then, like, at the end of the green room, because, like, it went pretty long, Oz was like, hey, just so you know, I had my New Year's resolution, just to let you know. And I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot, but I got to go though. Cause, it's been late and I got to go. Right. So like I blew him off twice and I feel totally bad about it. So Oz, I want to take a moment if with Bensky's permission, I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care about your permission.
Just go, bro.
I want you to tell us what your New Year's resolution was. And if you will please accept my apology, cause that was a total day.
Oh, apology accepted, and not needed, but thank you. So honestly, when it comes to it, I'm not into the whole resolution malarkey anyway, but what I have done, so the kids bought me one of those fancy coffee contraptions, this year for Christmas or last year for Christmas. So a new espresso machine. So like I've been using one of those filter coffee, American jobs for a while. But now I'm learning to froth and pull shots and all the things you do on an espresso machine. And so this year, I'm going to kind of barista myself up a bit.
Okay, so hold on. When we talk about American job filter things, are you talking about like a Keurig? Because isn't that French? or like Italian?
No, I wouldn't stoop to Keurig.
Oh,
But
Okay.
I mean, bun maybe. But
like a Mr. Coffee?
yeah, something
Okay.
on that order.
Doesn't get more American than Mr. Coffee. Let's go. Even though I hate your water.
But it's this one's a Breville espresso machine. One of the nice. It's got all the bells and whistles.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
is that the shit
can't
that like
decide
they
if I'm
put in
making
my
coffee or summoning a demon? It's
Summoning a
wait?
demon.
So hold on. Espresso? Is it espresso or espresso?
Espresso. 2 S's.
Okay, yeah.
Espresso.
So is that the bad tasting liquid they put in my hot chocolate at Starbucks? I know it is. It's coffee. It's terrible.
Starting with Starbucks, you kind of.
You're not a coffee guy.
No, I hate coffee.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you weren't a coffee
You've
guy.
never
You
had
know what's
good
funny
coffee.
is like when I was in the army, the most I would ever get close to coffee was like when we were in the field. You would take the Folgers like instant coffee and you would mix it with peanut butter. And then you'd put M&Ms on it if you could get a hold of M&Ms, and you just eat that. So it'd give you a sugar rush and a caffeine rush. But that was about it. Like, yeah, I'm not a coffee. I'm just not. It's bitter.
Interesting.
It's like really bitter. It's like dry wine.
More of a tea, PG tips, whatnot.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a tea person.
Peach.
Okay.
I am a peach energy drink person. Yeah. So no, yeah, I'm just not a coffee guy. Bensky, are you a coffee person? Are you a coffee?
I am a coffee guy. I'm on the side of like Oz, where it's like I want the fancy, like weird little. But it's interesting because I didn't used to be a coffee guy, and then I think Oz is a little right, where I had really good, and it was really expensive coffee, but I had it and I was like, oh, this is it, and it's so weird how opposite it tastes than like just like gas station coffee. Like it's just unreal.
Okay, but like what's the difference though? Because like I see
it's
blondes,
not bitter.
I see cold brew.
So
like if you do a good black, it's not bitter.
Hop.
That's not what I meant.
He said it.
Don't say it.
Market for a cut. Market for a cut.
That'll just be the one.
Market for a cut. That's a real right there.
No.
When you do a good black, it's not bitter.
It's not bitter.
We go.
Yes. I just said it too.
Yes.
Anyways, Oz could talk now because I don't want to.
I feel that hitting
I'm
the socials
so glad you're
instantly.
It will too. Oh my gosh!
God,
dang it!
Viral clip right there in the first 5
Damn
minutes. That's amazing.
I would
equate
coffee with wine or tea.
Oh, gross.
Very much a depending on where the bean is grown. If you go to Peru, it's very sweet. If you go to Hawaii, it's very smooth. If you go to different areas, they have a different flavor. And then the way they're roasted is different. I would encourage you, instead of dark, go more of a medium. Medium has more caffeine than dark.
I'd have to kick my own
The
ass
lighter the roast, the more
medium
caffeine.
dark coffee.
It's different. I have a friend who used to roast. It was fun to watch.
God, remind me that when we all meet up, I am going to pick the restaurant we go to, because if Oz fucking picks the restaurant we go to, it's going to be like there's like 8 forks on one side. Like I'm not going to get along well in that restaurant. I'm just going to let you know.
There's a great sushi restaurant.
Dang, dude.
Where's my chicken tenders?
Right.
Sushi. I'm in for sushi.
I like sushi.
Do they have Japanese ketchup, like teriyaki sauce there? I'm good. Eel sauce, good.
Yeah,
good to go.
Oh, eel sauce is good.
But okay,
Eel sauce is good.
So coffee is like, so for me, like coffee would be like whiskey, right? It's like a whiskey.
Okay.
Right. But like, I feel like 90% of the time when people are like sniffing whiskey and tasting it, they're just like making up bullshit of like,
yes,
I smell the vanilla
disagree.
from the barrel when it was aged, in the wood fire, and the slave labor of the workers just bring out the floral accents and come on now, seriously, it's fucking grain.
I hear you.
Real.
I think there's people who figure that out. Actually, there was a really good TikTok series of this guy who hated whiskey. He tried whiskey every day for 100 days. And it's crazy. You see him on like day like 30 or 40. He like starts saying, he's like, I hate that I can start tasting the boutiques. But I do think I think you're on to something halfway. I don't know.
Bouquets?
Boutiques?
You swine.
I am uncultured.
Bouquets,
of course I am.
And that's me calling you that? That's wild, bro.
I'm wearing a Harley Davidson shirt. Of course I'm uncultured. But like, it's interesting. I think you're right where 90% of the people don't know what they're talking about. But like I read this book a few years ago called The Art of Drinking Alone. And it was talking about how like drinking has lost a lot of its like sexiness, because it's like all these kids that are trying to just drink to get like drunk and everything like that. And it's like, no, you should have your whiskey that you should be sipping on from like 5 o'clock at night till like 10 o'clock PM, but the same small amount, because you want to appreciate the flavors more. But it's like, it's just like, it's lost a lot of that art. Why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing at me?
Or a
I'm
nice
laughing
warm
because
Guinness.
hold on. Were you in such a goddamn dark place in your
No!
life that you had to read a book about drinking alone?
No!
You couldn't even figure that fucking shit out? You had to have like an instruction manual on how to drink alone, bro? Was that how dark it got for you?
It was, actually, what's funny is it really was during like some of the darkest time of my life. It wasn't supposed to be that ironic, but I was just like, oh, this is a cool book.
Oh God, dude, come on.
It is a good book, though. Highly recommended book. It's a good book. But
How to be lonely. Dude. Hey Oz, real quick. So I gotta ask you though, because you're a pretty refined coffee person. Have you ever tried that butt coffee?
No,
like
I have not.
The poop coffee or whatever?
The civet coffee? No, I've never tried it.
What's it called?
Civet.
Is that like a lemur?
No, it's that one's actually from a monkey.
Ooh.
There's monkeys.
Really drink that shit?
Yeah.
And I do mean shit. No pun.
No pun.
The monkeys go up into the mountains, pick the beans, eat them, and when they come down, they poop them out, and the men go in and dig the beans out, wash them off, and send them off as coffee.
That's how COVID happened.
Yes.
That's how COVID happened.
That and bird flu.
Yeah, that's how exactly monkey butt flu.
Monkey butt flu. There it is.
Okay, anyways. All right. So Oz, thank you for sharing with us. And by the way, I want to make sure that you know that I heard you, I understand you, and I appreciate you.
I almost spit out my drink.
You are a gentleman and a scholar.
Holy shit. You can't do that to me, dude.
All right, Betsky.
Yes.
Where are you at on your New Year's resolution, man? Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, with the vacation, like more family time, I think we're doing really well. I was able to, it was like, so obviously like Eagles win the Super Bowl. Great time for me as an Eagles fan. And I had kind of like jokingly made the commitment that if they won the Super Bowl, that I would go to Philadelphia for the parade. But then I realized, like, after it happened, I looked at my wife and I was like, hey, this is an opportunity for me to go with my brothers and my mom and my dad to go celebrate this, like, in our way. Like, how do you feel? She's like, don't even think about it. Like, we want to do more stuff like this. And so, yeah, so I went out there. I did that. Didn't even think about it. It was literally just got on the plane, left, and
Did you go with you? Did the family?
No, she didn't go with me because A, she doesn't care.
Right.
And B, yeah, exactly. And B, we just didn't have a plan for the kids at the time, like where to take them or whatever. And like we didn't have that much expendable income to take all of us there at the same time. So it was just like it just worked out though. It worked out really well that I was able to do that. And I mean, I was gone for 48 hours. Like it was a really quick trip.
But huge shout out to your wife though, dude, because like that huge shout out to your wife. That takes a strong woman in the relationship that's very confident in the relationship. Just say, hey, go be with your fam. Go later. I got the kid.
Exactly. And it was awesome. Yeah. I mean, like I loved it. And like, yes. And just so everybody knows, when I came home, she slept in and I did everything with those kids for 2 days straight because she deserved it, And so, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, I think it's been really fun because we've done a lot of things together as a family too, where it's like we do a lot of the markets and shows for the 3D printing stuff and everything like that. And we've decided that we want to actually bring the kids more because they do have a good time at the markets and shows. We can go and walk around with them and we can spend time with them. We could talk with them. And my son's even being really adorable and like he's becoming a little salesman. He's like, you can get one of these and one of these and one of these for free. And it's like, it's just so cool. Like, and people eat it up. And so like, yes, we're working, but like we're bringing them along because we want them to experience it with us, not just because we like don't have babysitters. Like we have babysitters. We have babysitters for days, but like we want to bring them. We want to do that. So on that aspect of the New Year's resolution, like I feel like we're doing really well, and I think it's gonna keep up, and I don't see it slowing down. Awesome. So yeah. What about you?
What about
weight loss? Oh, okay. Weight loss is fine. Like it's fine. Like I'm definitely still eating better. I've only lost a few pounds since the beginning of the year. Nothing crazy, but it's also stayed off. Right. And it's stayed off. It's like every week it's like something like one pound or whatever gone and it stays off. And then like even when I went out to Philly and I'm eating my favorite pizza and cheesesteaks on the planet, I still came home and I was like, oh cool, like nothing changed. Like that's a good deal, So yeah, we're doing good there. I don't know that I'll be at the extreme goal that I wanted to be at for RMRRF, but we'll be there. We'll be good.
I think you can do it. We got like, Oz, how many more weeks do we got? Like 8?
8?
9?
Maybe 8.
8 might be right.
Check the calendar.
8. It's almost like,
yes.
Yeah, 8. So we got 8. That's fine.
Yeah.
I gotta get a hotel room, man. I gotta get a hotel room. And what's so funny is that, like, speaking of that, real quick before, and I'm not diverting. I promise you, like I normally. I like sad news for anybody. And you and I have talked about this offline. I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast, but I think people are disappointed that I'm like not inviting people to stay with me in my hotel room because Brady doesn't share rooms.
I think more people were just like, I don't think people, well, the good thing is most people don't know where you live. And so they were like, why aren't we staying with Brady? And it's like, well, first of all, you guys don't know where he lives. I think I'm the only person out of the group who knows. Yeah. But secondly, like, you also need to know something about Brady. He's not going to share.
No. And plus, not to mention, here's the thing. Here's the one thing that I need to make sure everybody anybody knows about this podcast, right? Or like me. I am like Mercury. Okay, I need everybody to understand this. I'm like Mercury. I'm fun to play with for a little bit, but then eventually I'll make you sick, right? Like I promise you, right? You don't want to stay with me. I am up late. I'm loud. I don't think of others. So it's just better that Brady stays alone. Brady stays alone. Plus, not to mention, we've talked about this. What is my number one thing that I'm bougie about?
Where you poop.
Well, I mean, it's true, right? But like, well, yeah, that's true too. Right? What if their ass touches the toilet? Now I'm stuck cleaning the toilet. And like, they're my
First
friend.
of all, my ass is 100% touching that toilet without a shirt on.
I think I'd be okay with it with you. But like, you're just the one person, right? But because I don't even think your ass doesn't really touch the toilet. There's like a layer. There's a thin layer of not even
hair.
A thin layer. There's a huge layer of hair there.
It's
like goddamn Yeti.
Quarter inch.
So, right. And plus, not to mention, you probably wouldn't even shit there anyways because you can just go on the side of the road anyway. But anyways,
correct, yeah, outside.
But here's the thing: so that's one thing, right? But the other thing too is like I'm not going to stay right next to RMRRF. Take 2. Use take 2. RMRRF. I am going to stay a little bit away because I don't like the hotels around RMRRF. I just don't.
Yeah,
I'm going to stay at a Hyatt place or a Marriott, or something. But anyway, so Brady doesn't share rooms. For everybody to know, just go ahead and kick it off your bucket list. We ain't sharing rooms. If I could, I would get my wife her own room just because I like my space, right? I like my space. You can come over and visit and then leave. Just kidding. I love my wife. I have to be next to my wife all the time. But like, I was saying that for effect. I mean,
but I also feel you. I feel you.
I am unadmittedly codependent on my wife. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, dude. You joking me? You think you are?
No.
Gross.
Oh,
I am. It's wild.
I feel like I got rejected the other day because I told my wife, I was like, babe, you're like my wife, my partner, and you're my best friend. She's like, I don't know about the best friend. And I was like, damn.
What?
Okay. Well, back to Bensky then. Okay, fine.
Yeah, back to Bensky.
Jeez. Now he's my only best friend. Anyway.
I think I was the only person who picked your shoes, by the way. Was everyone else like Shannon's shoes?
Well, no,
bro,
okay. So Josh went the cordial gay guy route. And it's like, I like the colors, but the vibes on the other one are great too. And I'm like, that's not a fucking answer, Josh.
No, here's the deal. I love Shannon. And I know Shannon loves me. Here's the deal. Those checkered Vans are played out. They've been played out since 2004. Right. Yours actually looked different. They looked. Are they suede?
Yeah, and they're Grimace shoes.
See,
bro.
that's the
Big
thing.
Throwback,
yours are better. Yours are better. Anyways,
100%. People don't even know what the hell we're talking about. But we'll get back to my New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
And by the way, the only thing that made her shoes cool were the laces. That was the only thing. And they were green. They were green, I think. And then I thought I was picking out like blue shoes, and I got purple ones. But anyway, okay. So New Year's resolution as far as losing weight. Okay, I gotta admit something. I'm being a lazy fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Really?
Because you look good. For anyone who can't see Brady right now, he looks like he's been on track for his goal. We said that in the green room even. Like, he looks like he's been on track. More than me.
First of all, it's the glasses, by the way.
They're good glasses.
They
are those Metas?
Oh, yeah.
100%. Are those Ray-Ban Metas? Do you love them?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah. Actually, Oz, put that in the notes. We'll talk about this in a second. But losing weight. Not going to lie, man. I've only been doing 160 push-ups and 160 sit-ups a day. That's it. That's all I've been doing. So I'm like way down from like what I normally do. And so I have been snacking.
How many push-ups do you do a day?
Oz,
how many push-ups do you do a day?
All right, I was writing notes.
No, you're good.
None.
Okay, and I do about 30. So
well, here's the thing. Like, I was doing 25 every hour that I worked. What's 25 times 8? It's like 160, 170
some number,
right?
Yeah,
I don't know. Right, it's a lot.
Wait, 25 times 8 is 200.
No, it's like 200. Yeah. It's 200 exactly. Actually, yeah, right.
Hey, that's what I was like. Wait.
I'm down to 160, so I'm being a little bitch about these 40 push-ups. And anyways, and then I was eating like crap too. So like I gained like 2 pounds, and I'm not happy about it at all. So now I am like, oh, I gotta watch what I say here. I'll text you, but I'm punishing myself. Might be of a religious form. I'm punishing myself, like whoosh, whoosh. Punishing myself
with
like
a cod piece.
Yeah, like the penance. And just so I am now fasting every day until 7:00. No calories until 7:00, and then I'll eat from 7 to 9. Whatever I eat 7 to 9, I can eat whatever I want 7 to 9, and then I'm done.
Nice.
So
I'm a big fan of intermittent fasting. So.
That's not, I guess that's intermittent, but like
it's
extreme intermittent, and it
definitely is, but it still is. Because when I was doing it real hardcore, I would do from 3 to 6 p.m., 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And that was my window. It was a good one. For me, it was really good.
I've heard 1 to 4 is like pretty much the most optimal, is like 1 to 4. But I'm doing 7 to 9. But I started something new, and I want you guys to try this. Like, I want you two to try this. This takes, especially for you two, doesn't take any effort, so you guys will be good on this. So I'm just kidding.
I'm so good. I was like, what is this?
That was a dig. But okay, have you guys tried the 3-minute end of a shower, the cold end of a shower, the 3-minute cold end of a shower? Have you guys tried this?
Only cold showers, so
I have.
Like, are you talking about like freezing cold though, Bensky?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's just like the first notch up.
I'm on well water.
Are you freezing cold too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, first of all, I do the 3 minute. I have done the 3 minutes at the end of the shower.
Minutes. Yeah. So I take a normal warm shower, right? Yeah. And then at the end, I turn it to freezing cold, right? And just like take it. So I started a new thing because like I was starting to get used to it and like my body was wanting it. Right.
Yeah.
And so like with my body wanting it, I decided I had to change things up because like it was expecting it. It was wanting it. So what I did was now I'm front loading it. So I just go in the shower and turn it on freezing cold. Right. And then slow, like at 2 minutes, I'll start to turn it to hot. Right. And then it'll warm up. And then it's almost like a sauna. But anyways, so I'm like horrifically uncomfortable as of recently. And so
there you go.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But
I actually can't remember. It's probably been over a year since I've taken a warm shower. So I got really, really, really into it when I was doing my like last weight loss thing about a year and a half ago. I just love it, man. Like the other part of the reason is I really do like ice bathing. And so it made ice bathing easier if like my day started out with like a freezing cold shower. And I was like, the ice bath's not going to be bad.
I need to get like, I haven't found a good way to do an ice bath. Like I found a cooler. I found a cooler to go in your bathtub, right? Like I found the ice thing in the back, but like where we live, I feel like I'm constantly combating 4 inches of ice, no matter what I do on top of it. Unless I go out and get one of those bubblers, like those horse bubblers, but then like I'm running something all night. I don't know. It just seems messy. So I'm just doing cold shower for now.
Hey, there you go. That's awesome though. For real. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot.
Anyways, back to the metas, right?
Back to the metas. I want to know about these. Yeah.
So I got the ones with the transitions. That might have been a mistake. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
I probably should have got the clear lens, right? So I can wear it around because like I have a prescription in them. They're for my stigmatism.
Okay,
right?
cool.
So like I should have got the clear lens instead of the transition because transitions don't work in cars because there's no UV light, right? So I either have to like turn the window, like roll the window down when it's like -7 to hang my head out the window so they get dark, and then they're dark for like a good 20 minutes, and that's about it, right? So I should have got just the clears and then get the little, little.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, dude, I use them all the time, but I do have an embarrassing story. But like, what's your questions about them? I do have a horribly embarrassing story.
So first of all, I'm doing something I don't normally do, which is I've never done research on them. I saw the Super Bowl commercial, so I don't know anything about them. Do they have a HUD or is it do they just talk to you? Okay.
Yeah. They have no HUD.
Okay, cool. So that was number one. Number two is how knowing it's not perfect, what percentage do you give it in terms of like accuracy for like what you're trying to get it to do?
If let's say that ChatGPT 4 is the 10, right? Let's say that's the 10. And don't get me wrong, I know Oz goes way down, like, black box and all this stuff, right? Let's just say like ChatGPT, right? Let's just say ChatGPT in the normal scheme of things is a 10.
Sure.
I would give Meta AI 7.
Okay. And is it you have to? And I'm assuming you have to have like internet, like either through your phone.
Yeah.
Does it like hook up? Does it hook up to like Wi-Fi at all externally from your phone, or is it just phone?
So I haven't quite figured that out yet. It's probably a little bit more techie than I am because you can set up a Wi-Fi network on this. And then when I come home, any pictures that I've taken or video I've taken, download immediately to my phone. If I'm out in the field, I have to like select the Wi-Fi network that these have and then download them. And it's like slow as shit. It's like Insta360 slow.
Ugh.
Right.
I hate that. Okay. I think that's honestly like, I guess.
And then what
do you use it for primarily?
So I use it like music, open ear music, which is great. Right. The other day it found goldfish for me. That pizza goldfish on the shelf. Cause I was like, hey, Meta, do you see, oh crap. Sorry. Hey, clue word. Do you see pizza goldfish on the shelf? And it told me where they were, which was like really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then messaging back and forth. I don't even have to take my phone out of my pocket. I don't have to try to type on like the little keypad on my watch or anything like that. I can just talk to it. Calls are pretty good. Calls are not bad. And then, like I said, I use the AI for just things like, hey, where am I at? Like, what am I looking at? Like, check certain threads to see if there's any available discounts here or stuff like that. Right. And then I definitely don't use it like in a casino, wink, wink, to say, hey, should I hit or stay?
Interesting.
Let's just say though, I went 9 out of 10. Probably,
I wonder how long until those
they
get
noticed.
banned.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, no. So do you want to hear my embarrassing story about Meta glasses?
Oh no, I don't. Let's move on. Of course I do.
God.
Dumb.
I gotta work. I gotta work myself up for this one. Okay, I'll get ready for the beat button. Okay, here we go. So I was at work, and I had my Meta glasses on, and I was trying to get them to take notes, but they won't take notes of like a meeting, right? Because like Meta's trying to be really good about not collecting data that they shouldn't be collecting, right? So there are safeguards in place that could be a little annoying, especially if you have like a plod note or something like that. Anyways, but I'm wearing them. I have to go to the bathroom. I hope you know where this is going. So I'm taking a piss.
I'm so far so there, I think.
I'm taking a piss, right? I'm taking a piss. And all of a sudden I hear the camera signal. And I'm like, oh my God. Right? Don't even think anything of it. I'm like, what was that noise? Like, oh, well, it doesn't matter, right? So I then go back to the meeting, right? And I get an alert on my phone. Bro, I kid you not. I get an alert on my phone of the picture of my own dick.
You dick picked yourself.
I mean, it's good. Dude, don't get me wrong.
The funny part is, if that happened to me, I'd just be like, why is my belly button on screen?
I was like this. I had to tell myself I had to go like this. I was like, I mean, it's a nice dick. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I love that. Dude, who knew Meta glasses would equal dick picking yourself?
And I'm in the meeting going like this. Thank God I have a fucking privacy screen protector because I'm sitting. I have women on either side of me, and here I am looking at a dick pic of myself. Now that could have gone one of two ways, right? That could have gone one of two ways, right? More than likely, they're not going to know that that's my picture. So then I'm stuck acting gay for the rest of the time that I work at my company.
But you're safer from getting fired.
I just have to own it. I mean, yeah. Or I have to just own it and be like, well, I wasn't expecting my glasses to take a picture.
Dude,
I should have asked Meta what it was, and then it would have been a fail. It should have been like, Mr. Brady, it's a failure. That's a failure. That's a great picture of a failure.
That's hilarious. That is so funny.
Oh God, dude, it's so bad. Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Because Nick did episode 2.
Yeah.
Do you remember the huge failure of episode 2 where we didn't get to discuss something that I feel you and I discussed it. Oz got to hear it. Nobody else got to hear it. I got to ask you about this, right? So because I'm a nerd, right? Because you're a nerd, scrolling through social media, you hit the algorithm of like the stuff that you like. I saw this absolutely amazing desert tattooing experience here in the United States. And you went to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Was it everything that you see in the videos?
Literally not. Well, not in the slightest, but like no, not at all. Outpost X. I'm not afraid to say this. Here's the problem. I can give them slight credit for a few things. So Outpost X, Star Wars glamping experience. You can either rent out a clay cabin that looks just like the cabins in Tatooine. It's pretty sick. They do look like that. You can rent one of those inflatable like igloo domes, or you can rent one of the big yurt tents. All great, all weatherproof, all heated, all everything. Awesome, way to go.
Hold on.
They have a few.
What the
fuck
go for
it.
Is an inflatable igloo tent?
Have you never seen these? No. Have you never seen these?
Is it the snow globe? Is it the snow globe?
Yeah, it looks like a big snow globe, and then it has like a square part that's also attached to it. Yeah, and you stay in it. It's inflatable or whatever.
Bensky.
I didn't stay there. I didn't stay in that.
I know, but I'm just saying. Let's think about this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Like most people, like they don't take their families. This is like an adult thing, right?
Little for the most part, it's more adult oriented, but people take their families all the time.
Okay, so people take their families.
I know where you're headed with this, and there is a rounded sheet around the whole thing.
Okay, because I'm sitting there going like, God, could you imagine your kid going, Mommy, they're wrestling in the snow globe?
It is. Well, the thing is it would be easy though. It would be easy to be like that. Yeah.
Okay. But anyways,
But
so
anyways,
you stayed in a yurt or in a
yeah, we did the yurt.
cabin?
We did the yurt because so my wife had found it. So this was for my birthday. My wife had found it just like a week before we were gonna, because we were gonna go to Vegas for my birthday, and my wife found this like a week before. So there was only the yurt available. But it's like, again, it's really to their credit, that was really great. We had an actual nice bed. We had heated blankets. We had a heater in there. Like, it was clean. It was roomy. It was actually a really nice stay. Like, it really was. The problem came from everything else, right? Okay, so when you're in the yurt, you don't have your own bathroom, so there's like a public bathroom, right? Like that, like other people can use while they're out and about, whatever. But like the shower. You would, 100%. So the shower's there too, but I kid you not, the shower to the toilet. Like, if I'm on the toilet right now, the shower is right there where that sign is, right there.
So there's no lock on the shower.
There's no separation. It's all open.
I know, but like, is there a door for the toilet and the shower?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
So it is separated from everybody. But also, you got to remember, though, this is the only one for people to use when they're doing all the other experiences. So, like, if you're in there because you have the yurt, people are rapping on the door because they're trying to go to the bathroom or whatever. It's like, bro, this is my only option, you know?
But so the shower, though, and the toilet are close enough that, like, if you were taking a shit and your wife was taking a shower, you could hold hands. Could you hold hands?
I could shower at the same time.
You guys don't do that at home?
If I angled my wife, absolutely not. She is such a germaphobe, bro.
No, I'm saying, like, you don't, like, if you're taking a shit and your wife's taking a shower, you don't hold hands.
She won't let me shit while she's showering. I have to go use the kids' bathroom.
Oh yeah, us either. We don't do that. No, I'm kidding. Totally no. Yeah, we don't. No, I'm joking. We actually don't. Like, my.
You know how mad I get about that? No, you know how mad you brought something up now. We can talk about it. You know how mad I am about that? Because I only have one bidet in my fucking house, and it's in that bathroom. And I don't know if you use bidets, but I'm gonna tell you, when you start using bidets,
I want one.
Once you start using a bidet, you will never be able to shit anywhere that doesn't have one. It is the worst. It is the worst.
Oz, you got a fancy one, don't you? You got like one of them fucking heated ones, don't you?
No.
What?
I'm a straight toilet gentleman.
I am gonna send you guys bidets.
I'm blown away.
Kid you not. I'm gonna send you guys bidets.
How do you plug it in though? Like, because I have like
it just has an adapter for where the water inlet is. That's all it is. You just put it in there and it just hooks in there. You turn a knob and it goes up your butthole and it cleans it out. And then it's a pretty nice stream. The first time you use it, it's going to be a little like, whoo, whoo. But then you can.
I believe they have the little. I believe they have the little gun jobs as well that sit on the edge of your toilet.
Some of them have them. I wouldn't use one of those. I'm not going to get down there. There's collateral damage that can happen.
You take a shit, turn a knob, little foofy.
Oh, dude, it comes in there, just jets it all out, and then you take some toilet paper just to dab it dry,
and flush.
Obviously, and then you flush. Done.
How do you clean the little shooter thing?
So it has most of them have a cleaning mode, so that once you do your little psh, then you turn so for mine, I turn the knob backwards to do the psh, and then I turn it all the way forward to do the clean mode, which shoots water down the spout. And then when you go to clean it normally, you just clean the spout off. That's all. But it doesn't usually it doesn't just throw shit everywhere. It just shoots down good. Yeah. And then also usually, here's the cool part, is the one we have, it has a little knob for females so they can get bidets on both sections. So it has two angles. It has two angles. My wife thought so until now. She's the same way I am now, where it's I can't go to the bathroom anywhere that there's no bidet, because you feel so clean. You feel, because it gets through the 1/4 inch of hair on my butt, so it gets in there. This is
up my alley. I'm not gonna lie. This is up my alley.
I'll send you a good one. Because there are some that you can get. I don't have these ones, but that can heat the water also.
Yeah, I don't care.
My brother has one. I do now. I do now care about that.
But it's like a beginner. Anyways, yeah, it's a beginner.
Yeah. But anyways, the point is, I hate that she doesn't let me poop when I need to while she's in the shower because I miss my bidet. Where the fuck were we? Oh, glamping shit. Fuck.
Glamping. Anyways, fucking Star Wars. Yeah.
Okay, so they have a couple amenities. You're supposed to have these land speeders. You're supposed to have these outdoor hot tubs. You're supposed to have these outdoor mud pits, like hot tub mud pits. You're supposed to have a full sauna. There's even a cold plunge. There's this big commune area or like lounge, and then there's supposed to be this dry bar cantina area. Especially like when you are the ones in the yurt, like you get a meal that you get to like cook yourself and have this cool experience because it's a Star Wars themed meal. All this other shit, whatever, blah blah blah. I know you don't like that. Blah blah blah. It's fine.
Oh, let me pay a lot of money to cook my own food. That sounds like a great idea.
I'm not going to argue that that's not a stupid thing. Anyways, we get there. First of all, there's nobody fucking there to greet us. We have no idea what's going on. The directions, there was GPS coordinates that were wrong. The directions, it's not on Google Maps yet, so it doesn't know where the fuck you are. There's just so many things that we got lost for an hour to get there. It's the closest town from there is an hour and a half away. So even if you didn't bring food, you have to fucking go there. Right. So we get there, big debacle. Finally, somebody talks to us. They're like, hey, cool, let's talk, all this stuff, et cetera, et cetera. We meet them, and then there's no light in our yurt. Not a super big deal, but there's just no light. What? And so they're like, we'll get you light. We never got the light. We go into the community area. Now, again, visually speaking, it looks like Star Wars. You look at it, you're like, oh shit, I'm here. It looks cool. You go into the common area. At first, you're like, oh cool, there's these really cool neon lights. But then you look around, and there's fucking Ouija board shit decorating all the stuff and astrology stuff. I get the idea of conceptually astrology stuff, but it's astrology, not Star Wars, astrology stuff. And it just looks like we're in Utah. We're this is Swinger Central. So this just looks like a giant swinger pit. I kid you not. It's what it looks like. And so we get out. We're like, okay, cool, whatever. That looks fun. We go to the game room, which is just one of those shipping containers that had nothing in there. But it was like a shipping container. You walk down and they decorated it to look like the control center of a starship. And there was a PS5 there. That was it.
So hold on. So they basically hung haphazard wires all over that's about safe.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And then so we're like, okay, well, let's at least hot tub and sauna. It's a wood fire sauna. Nobody started it, so it wasn't doing anything. None of the hot tubs are working. There's 6 hot tubs there. None of them were working. The cold plunge technically was working.
You got out of being itchy. You got out of being itchy. Already what you've said at this point. Those hot tubs are so nasty. I promise you don't want to get in that water. That's
sure.
So gross.
But it still wasn't there. It wasn't available for us.
That's true. Yeah.
We get to the cantina. We're gonna make our food. No utensils, nothing to cook with, no anything.
Shouldn't be cooking yourself anyway. But when you're on vacation, it's ridiculous.
So we can assume how the rest of everything went. The land speeders are just goat carts that they put fake plastic on.
Stop it. Oz, mark that. Did you say that again? Say what they were again.
The land speeders were just golf carts that were
okay. You didn't say that first time. Say it the way you said it the first time.
I thought that's what did I say?
Oz, he said goat carts, didn't he? Goat carts.
Did I say goat carts?
Like goat carts.
Oh, I meant golf carts anyway.
Okay, so hold on. I had a totally different picture in my mind. And now I'm upset,
thought it was a goat cart.
That you went there. I thought you went there to go on these land speeders, right? That go-kart makes sense, right? It's not like they're gonna really hover, but I thought that you got stuck like Thor Love and Thunder style with this land speeder that has these little wooden wheels and goats in front of it, just taking you around.
That would have actually been the greatest thing known to man.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to find somebody to draw that.
That's hilarious.
That sounds amazing.
But sorry, they were golf carts. Golf carts.
Okay.
That clearly they just put plastic on and they're supposed to look ratty, but they looked bad. I wasn't gonna try one. Anyways, so we sleep there. We leave in the morning, and we leave a review, and we're like, this place sucked. Like everything was broken, all this stuff, yada yada yada. And we were like, how do people like have a good time at this place? Because we were looking at the reviews, and there were a lot of negative ones, but there was like a lot of positive ones. And then here's what happens. And I'm going to call this guy out. I'm going to call it right now. We got a text message from the owner, and he was like, hey, we're so sorry you had a bad time. Like, we're going to get right on it. Thanks for bringing all this stuff to our attention. Which, timeout, everything we brought to their attention, somebody had brought to their attention 2.5 weeks ago. And he's like, it'll be fixed tomorrow, I promise. And so he was like, so if you could, we would love to give you a full refund if you remove the bad review, which, by the way, is illegal. You can't offer people money to, you're not allowed, as a business owner, you are not allowed to offer money for reviews. You can offer them like a chance to win something, or like a chance, like you could always be entered into something, but you can't directly offer people money for reviews. And it's a whole interesting thing.
I'm down for some illegal shit. Anybody wants to pay me for a review? I have a certain dollar sign.
We definitely didn't feel like it was in our best interest to do that. So we kept the review up. It's still up. We haven't removed it. And what I will say is, if you just go there probably to stay in the clay cabin and you're not relying on their food, it might be a good time if that's all you're doing is just staying there.
I promise, though,
and seeing it. But like,
okay, so give me a yes or no, because I want ballpark here, right? For one night for two people, 100.
It was 130 in the tent.
Okay, so you paid
plus $50 for the food. We didn't pay for the food, but it was $50 for the food.
So 180 basically. For you to go out in the middle of fucking nowhere, in the dirt. Because I mean, let's be real. Star Wars is cool, but like the future
in the dirt.
A long time ago was pretty fucking run down. It's pretty shitty, right?
It was just dirt.
They have womp rats all over the place, shit breaking down all the time. The best ship in the galaxy is a fucking a shitty ass fucking freighter, Corellian freighter. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, oh dude, I just got super nerdy there. Anyways, I'm just saying.
You did. But it was good.
For God's sakes, tell me though that like afterwards you went to like Vegas and like saw some like modernism and some niceness.
First of all, we went to Vegas and I only brought $200 and won $750. So yeah,
boom, baby! Good. Welcome to a city where things happen. That's where you go vacation at. You don't go out in the middle of the fucking desert. That's so stupid. Have you learned your lesson?
No, I got more camping trips planned, bro.
Shit.
I love it, dude.
Oz,
but okay, that was
hold on. Oz, yes. Do you camp?
Yes.
There's something wrong with you guys. Why? You have modern amenities. Why leave them?
You have modern amenities.
New is always better. It's always better. Always.
No.
Better. It is. Give me an example where new is not always better. See, you guys can't even think. Look how hard you guys are thinking right now. Both of you.
The Chevelle SS, the 69 Chevelle SS.
If they had the same engineers now make that car with modern technology, it would be way fucking better. And not to mention, have you ever been in a classic car?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's an awesome car, engine-wise.
Why do you think I have hemorrhoids?
Brakes suck. The seats suck. And you know what? The great thing about it is my pussy-ass Tesla will leave it standing in the dust. Period.
Until it explodes and you'll never be able to take it out.
While I'm watching a fucking movie with 16 speakers.
For the first 200 feet, it will leave it in the dust. After that, it'll pass you.
That's true. They are quick. They're not fast, but they're quick.
The torque at the beginning is all that gives you the advantage.
I think it'll like what is a Chevelle SS run a quarter mile in without it being like a $200,000 car?
Well,
because then I can just put a roadster against it.
So you're saying like a stock Chevelle SS?
Well, I'm saying like
I think a stock Chevelle S.
Let's say like let's compare price to price. Let's compare like a new Tesla is run about like 42, 43, something like that. Take the incentives away. About 42, 43. So if I was going to spend $43,000 on a Chevelle, how fast would it do a quarter mile at?
Let's see.
I'm going to guess like 11.
50 seconds. 45 to 50 seconds is what I'm seeing. A quarter mile.
That's no way. That's way too long. 50
so the
seconds?
Chevelle SS, the Chevelle SS 450 the LS with the LS swap, which is something you would do it in. You would put an LS swap in it. Would probably be. It says it'd be 13 seconds.
13.
Right.
Okay.
So a stock model Tesla, stock Tesla 3 or Tesla Model 3, Tesla Model 3, and this takes the 200 feet away, is that a stock Model 3 long range standard, right? Or long range, right? Not even the performance will do a quarter mile in 10.2 seconds.
So I just want to be clear. Technology from 69
right
is comparable to over-engineered Tesla in 2025.
No, it's not. It's not even comparable. It's 3 seconds slower. That's why. And you can do it while watching a movie. You can't do that in Chevelle.
But if you do a Chevelle 69 SS with an LS swap with an L78 and you turbo that, you're probably getting down to 9.
Yeah, but after you start dynoing and everything else like that, you're at $130,000.
Right,
then
but if we're talking about
against it, and it'll
sure. But if we're talking about technology being better, it's not proving that it's better. It's proving that you have to do a lot of over-engineering to keep up with something that was simple.
So you're missing my point. I said that newer is always better. That's what I said, is newer is always better. And you literally just proved my point. I'm not saying that new engineering isn't better than old engineering, right? Like the most terrifying shit that ever happened on the planet with that new quantum computer that has like a...
Bro, Microsoft just dropping that, like, guess what we did? It's like, I'm sorry, what did you do? What did you do, Microsoft?
It's fucking terrifying. But nevertheless, it was always better. I'm just saying. And here's the thing. If you take the nostalgia out of it, right? If you take the nostalgia out of it, it was always better. Besides, I'll give you one. And you know what? I think this is what probably was Oz was going to use as his damn example, is that the only thing that I can give you as a good example of new is not always better, cast iron skillets. Other than that, that's the only thing I can think of. Cast iron pan.
Cast iron skillets.
I do love a good roasted marshmallow over the fire.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew he was going to say cast iron pan. I knew it.
Also, by the way, apparently somebody built a 69 Chevelle with a Z25, and it did 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds.
Yeah, and I wonder how much the build was.
I don't want to know. It looks good though.
It's like, wait till that Roadster comes out. 200 miles.
Hopefully, it'll come out.
200 miles an hour.
Yeah. All right. We're off track again, but on track. We're talking about cars. Mm-hmm. You went on a road trip to Cali.
I did.
How did that go? Tell me about that.
Well, first of all, we didn't take the Tesla because Shannon won't go across the country in an electric vehicle, which kind of sucks. But we had to take the truck anyways because, okay. So big mistake of 2024 is that I bought my granddaughter. Love my granddaughter to left. I will get her anything that she wants. I bought her, and you guys would be impressed by this. We bought her I think like a 1/8 scale replica Power Wheels Halo Warthog.
Oh yeah, that's
with functioning turret. Yes, with functioning turret.
Well, would you say functioning turret?
It shoots lasers, and then I can wear a vest and shoot back at her, and it will stop the vehicle. It's cool.
That's so cool.
It's really cool, right? Like it's super cool. So of course, Grandpa and Grandma want her to open it at Grandpa and Grandma's house.
Sure,
and they live in California. So, am I boring you, motherfucker, again? See, this is what I didn't get with Nick,
that's not it. That's not it. I can scientifically prove to you that because I'm overweight and I talk too much, I lose breath faster.
Do you have a CPAP?
I should use one.
You sleep like Darth Vader.
I love you, babe. Good night, baby.
No, I'm definitely supposed to use a CPAP, and I don't.
Okay, so back to it. Okay, so we got this, and Grandma and Grandpa wanted her to open it at home in Colorado. So we order the thing from like Walmart. We get it here. And dude, this thing was like unbelievably expensive, but like first granddaughter, only granddaughter, totally worth it.
Yeah.
So we open it, put it together. Then my kids go home to California. And we go, oh shit. About 2 days later, we go, oh shit. How are we going to get this damn thing to California? I've already thrown the box away. Of course, like teenage, you know, not teenage, but like my sons, not teenagers, but like young adults have torn the box to shreds.
Yeah.
Put it in the garbage can, everything else like that. So anyway, short of the story, now we got to figure out how to get it to California. So we just like kind of put it off. And finally, like my daughter-in-law's like, hey, Nova really would like her warthog. Like, you know, what can we do to help you guys get it here? And I was like, okay, I'm going to take it over to UPS. It's the only people that will ship batteries nowadays, right?
Sure.
So I take it over to UPS. Bro, I'm going to give you a guess, one guess, and then I'm going to give Oz a guess if you don't get it. How much do you think from Colorado to California a little warthog Power Wheels cost to ship?
With the battery? Mm-hmm. And you were just doing standard economy, I'm sure, right?
Yep,
just standard.
And me packing it.
Who was it again?
UPS. They're the only people that will ship it. Ground.
I'm going to guess it was $583.
Wrong. Oz.
I was going for more 250, 280.
I love how honest Oz is because I love that. No, $800 to ship it from Colorado to California because of all the hazmat bullshit and everything else like that. And Prop 60, that Prop 61 or whatever it is in California, you got to pay for that. Anyways, short of the story, got to drive it. So we throw it in the back of the truck and Shannon and I drive it. Drive there, not too bad. Like really nothing. I mean, like weirdly enough, first time ever that I've hit every single kind of weather in a drive.
Interesting.
So like we left in a blizzard, then we went into like sleet, and then we like went high, and now we were in fog, then come back down into like not blizzard but snow, right? You know that snow that makes it feel like you're going light speed when you have the lights on.
My favorite snow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, it's cool until like,
you realize you can't see in front of you. Yeah.
So then
but it's cool.
We're going. Now we're back to not sleet now we're to ice roads, right? So it's pretty slippery. And then we got into like super, super windy. Then we got into rain again and then sunny. And then we get into California, like typhoon rain, get over the mountains that go out to the front, like the ocean side, sunny, but cold. It was weird. But anyway, so we stayed there for a week, and then, you know, on the way back, we decided to stay like at a hotel halfway. Dude, I got to tell you, the what was that place called? It was a little Indian casino. And anyway, short of the story, their rooms were great. They had an awesome military discount for veterans. So it took the room from like $300 to like $130. And Shannon and I were so tired. We ordered room service. Literally the worst steak I've ever had in my life. I mean, I think I was eating the sole of a shoe. And then, we drove the rest of the way home. And so like overall, I mean, nothing phenomenal trip, except for this was the most expensive delivery of a Power Wheels I have ever done.
Yeah. Well, but you know, the things we do for the granddaughters.
But, and Oz, you can cut this out if you decide that this is too politically charged or it's going to get us in trouble. But here's the thing, though. My son's base in California, I'm not going to name the base. My son's base, the people that work on that base are the biggest fucking assholes I have ever met in my life, and they should be ashamed on how they talk to civilians and how they talk to veterans and how they even talk to other sailors. They should be fucking ashamed. If my commanding officer, when I was in the military, talked to anyone like they talk to people at that base, they would be in a brig. That's how bad it was.
Jeez.
I have never in my life. And then the way to talk to my wife, I swear to God, it's kind of like one of those like plane situations when like the flight attendant tells somebody to get up. I'm like, hey, no matter what, no matter how offended you are, just get your ass up and get off the plane because you know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's the same thing. Is that like if this guy talked to my wife the way that this guy talked to my wife anywhere else besides that fucking gate, I would have knocked him out.
Yeah. No. That's
put
crazy.
him in the recovery position and moved on.
That.
But anyways, so no, we got back, and so here's a fun surprise though. My son was supposed to go to Captain America, and he waited for me to get home because he was hoping to hear on the next podcast if I was wrong on the rating for Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I did.
Okay, so give me your thoughts on Captain America: Brave New World.
Do you want thoughts or rating first?
Oh, I think we should do rating first. Yeah, I think rating's Good rating.
The most solid 5 out of 10 I've given a movie.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't seem negotiable. Like, in terms of higher, it could be lower. That's where I'm at. Where are you at? And then I'll give you my thoughts.
I feel like I called it. I said 3.5, and 3.5 to 4, right, Oz? 3.5 to 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
3.5 to 4. I think it's 3.5 to 4, and the reason why I think people are giving it like
what
a
did
5
I give
or
it?
6. You give it a 5 just now.
Did I give it anything before that, or was it just?
Oh, I think you.
Okay, cool.
No, Nick was the
one.
one.
Nick. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Nick. Yeah. So, and Nick gave it like a 7.
A 6 or 7.
Yeah, 7. Oh. No. So here's what I'm gonna say about it. I think the people who are giving it like a 5 or 6 are having an issue with like the okay house surrounded on both sides of ugly houses. Right, with ugly houses, we've had so much bad Marvel that up until this point that this one's okay, right? But realistically, in the grand scheme of things, it's not good, right?
No, it's definitely not good. Yeah, I don't think it was good. I don't even know if it would have been a good show. I wasn't a fan of Falcon and Winter Soldier, the show. I like
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I know a lot of people did. I didn't. Anyways, that's the here's the problem. I didn't care about anybody in that whole movie. Like, nobody gave me any depth, any character, anything. I won't give too many spoilers because I know some people still haven't seen it and probably want to. The bad guy should have stayed unseen. Like, it was intriguing until you were like, oh, now I don't care. They underutilized Giancarlo Esposito. So 100%. like he was bringing so much to just like have him in there for as little as they did. Like that was upsetting. I think the hardest part conceptually is part of the reason Captain America is a compelling character is because he had nothing special about him. He was given a superhero syndrome that made him more than a man in a man's body. And Sam doesn't have that, so they're making him like Iron Man, Superman, which isn't a compelling character. And I also just don't like when the movies are more about the character. This is a weird thing to say. I don't like when every character in a movie has a personal problem that I'm supposed to care about, because I don't. And that's what it felt like. It felt like everybody had some weird internal personal problem. And I was like lost track of it. I didn't care. But also it was just boring. Like the action sequences were dope when they happened. And then the rest of the movie was just boring. And the worst part is it starts out with some of the coolest first 10 minutes of a Marvel movie and then immediately loses it. Like immediately.
So here are my here's like my 3 takeaways, right? From it that just made it to me that 3.5, not a good movie, right? To me. One, I hated the fact that they went so far on the inclusion aspect that literally all the good guys are people of color and people from groups, right?
Yeah.
And all the bad guys are only the bad guys are only white. The only white people in the movie are bad. Besides the one Navy SEAL guy. Other than that, everyone else that's white is bad in the movie. I think that's taken a little bit too far, personally, to me. Like, I mean, that's
when you make it obvious, it's too far.
So obvious,
and that's what they did. Like that's the thing is like it could happen by accident, or it could even happen where like you're not noticing it. But like they made a point of it. They made it a point. They had to tell you in case you missed it. And that's the part that bothered me.
Really obvious, right? So that would be the one. Second one, and this is going to be like an Oz thing that I think like if Oz starts like watch some like takeaways from it, is the camera angles and the background songs. The background track. What do they call it? The soundtrack to the movie are horrible. So like
atrocious.
When they were shooting the angle from when Cap was trying to talk to the end bad guy, right? Trying to talk him down from what he was doing, right? Like when he was doing that, it looked like it was shot. It looked like it was shot on like an extension pole with an iPhone.
Right. It didn't feel
so
professional.
Bad. Yeah, it was so bad. Right.
Yeah.
And then the soundtrack, the music, Oz, sounded like 90% of the time they were playing like Home Alone Christmas music. Just undefined.
Oh wow, that's a really good point. Like that's a good way to describe that.
Really,
because I was describing it to my friend as like as like some of the most like unhinged elevator music. But like that's a really good way to put it. Is
Did
like
it even match the mood of the scene?
No. It was so it pulls you out of it. Like it pulls you away from it. And I don't know what they were going for.
So the best way to describe it is, Oz, like imagine like Endgame, right?
Right.
Imagine Endgame. Like if I was gonna pick a Christmas song during the final fight of Endgame, I'd pick like Carol of the Bells, right?
Okay.
I mean that'd be. I mean, at least it
like if you were going to, that would be the one. Yeah.
Right. But if I wasn't, I would pick like Here Comes Santa Claus, and that is like elevator music. Like Here Comes Santa Claus was the soundtrack for this movie. I don't know what happened. It was crazy, so bad. Okay, but my third takeaway is this, and I know it's a movie, but let's talk about some of the most unbelievable shit I've ever seen in my life. Okay,
yeah.
So we've had Hulk, then we've had Hulk again. Then we've had Avengers Hulk. Then we had Ultra or Age of Ultron Hulk.
Yeah.
Then we had Smart Hulk. Then we had She-Hulk.
Yep.
Then we had Abomination.
Yep.
Then we had Smart Hulk again.
Yep.
Right. Then we had Smart Hulk's brother. Right, like coming around basically.
His son.
Are you fucking telling me that they haven't had a goddamn contingency for a fucking Hulk by this
bro point? That was I remember looking at my buddy next to me and I went, how especially the fucking White House,
right?
How did they not have an immediate button? They have a Hulk button. I'm so glad you said that. It was the exact thought was like, no, there's no shot. There is not a satellite that comes down and puts some tractor beam on a Hulk creature to fling it into space. Like, no way that doesn't exist. Like the fact that like
it was
the fact that like in fucking Black Panther 2, the government had Wakanda vibranium seeking satellite, like the fact that existed, and there's no Hulk contingency, literally none. It wasn't even like we had this and it didn't work. There was zero.
Like, dude, like, come on. That was just the most unbelievable thing in my life. You know what it reminds me of, though? It reminds me of Star Wars, and you and I have talked about this before. It's like, how many times are you going to build a fucking Death Star before you realize that shit don't work? Right? The Death Star gets blown up. You build another Death Star, you blow it. Then you build a planet Death Star. That shit still doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work. Stop doing it. Right? And it's the same, but they only did that 3 times, right? Three times?
Right.
They only did it 3 times, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about 5 or 6. Hulk, how have you not figured this out yet? And then on top of that, you're telling me in the White House, with all the scans that we've done, even with Tiamat and everything else like that for gamma radiation, they didn't pick that shit up. Are you serious?
That also bothered me. It was like, how did this get past? This shouldn't have gotten past everyone. You know, like it would be different. It would have been different. It would have been different if they would have shown that like him as a president was like, I don't follow the rules, but he wasn't that way. So they should have had scans that picked up on it. Like,
come on, dude. And they were, right? And that's the thing for me is that like, I get that superhero movies are supposed to be unbelievable. Like I 100% get that they're supposed to be unbelievable.
Sure.
But they need to at least be grounded in some kind of reality of like, there is no way in hell that they wouldn't have a Hulk contingency at some point.
I think that's the most egregious. Yeah, I think that's the most egregious. Like, sure, you can tell me that things are unbelievable until that point. Like the only way it would ever have been explained is if they were like, hey, by the way, we are restarting the Marvel Universe, so we're starting with this movie. Fine. Then you don't have to have one. But no, that's not the case. Okay, I will tell you the one unbelievable thing that I have, which is more of like a physics unbelievable thing, is when Sam goes supersonic on the thing. Dude, I'm like, his body would be ripped apart. Like, I don't care what kind of suit he's wearing. His arms would have just ripped, and the skin on his face would have just melted.
It would be like I think it's like 200, 300 Celsius, like at the edge of wingtip. Come on,
I was like, no, like that was my personal like big B. I was like, he's dead. He's dead, right?
100% dead. And I get you. What was unbelievable for me, the most unbelievable thing for me, or probably we've talked about this in the past, like you have to be really selective when you're choosing superheroes, like the characters that are going to play a superhero or a superhero, right? Like you have to. Mm-hmm. Bro, you picked Buster Scruggs, bro. Come on now.
And I
love that.
I'm not defending it. I'm not defending it. But you do know. Dude. So this was my biggest problem, was that this movie was officially announcing, like the MCU was officially announcing to everyone that if you are not a Marvel scholar who dedicates your time to understanding everything in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you will not enjoy it. Because the reason they picked him, if you remember, he was from the Edward Norton Hulk.
No, yeah, I know, and
it's just it's so stupid. No, it was dumb though. It was dumb. I don't care if I get it. It was stupid.
I can't look at that guy except for seeing him in "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" with the "He turned me into a horny toad." That's all I can see, bro.
Dude, it's funny. I see him or in Holes. Or D-I-G. What's that spell? Bah! Dig. And he runs away.
Like, do you know we're talking about Buster Scruggs? Do you know what you're talking? Do you know what we're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Here's the deal.
So we thought you was a toad. Yes.
We thought you was a toad. Did you remember? Did you ever see him in you know what's crazy though? Did you watch the Watchmen series, the TV series?
Yeah, of course it did. Yeah.
Yeah, he did incredible as Mirror, whatever, Mirror Face or whatever.
He was really good. And I had to watch that show because the movie was so bad that I had to watch the show to undo how terrible the Watchmen movie was.
Well, also,
it was so bad, dude.
Oh, interesting. I don't want to talk about this right now.
No. Did you like that movie?
The Watchmen movie?
Yeah.
I love it.
You love blue dick, you bastard. I already know it. You just love big swinging blue dicks. I get it. You watch that shit in 3D like this.
I can really quickly. I won't get into it too much because we can save it for another episode. The reason I love that movie is because it came out at a time in society when we weren't getting comic book accurate superhero movies because people weren't ready for superhero movies, and they took a lot of risks making that almost like very shot for shot close to the graphic novel, and it worked. And I love that. I feel like that the reason Watchmen existing gave a lot of really good superhero movies to exist in their entirety was awesome. Like I really appreciate that movie for what it did.
You can tell you live near Sundance.
Shut up!
Oh,
dude, they're trying to. They're trying to move Sundance, right?
Where?
Just out of. Oh, did you guys not know this? This is crazy. This pisses me off. Oh, this pisses me off. Okay, so this year was the first year that they announced that Sundance might not be returning to Park City / Sundance, Utah. The reason being the fucking God. I hope everyone in Utah hears me when I say this. I fucking hate people who live in Utah, and I'll tell you why. Because the reason they want to move it is because the shop owners, and there's this jewelry store owner, and I don't know how he's ever going to fucking listen to this, but I hope he hears me because of how stupid he fucking is. The reason he wants, and he's rallied other shop owners in Park City to move Sundance out of Utah is because for the 2 weeks that they're there, the rich people can't buy his expensive jewelry because it attracts poor filmmakers. That is literally what he said in the town hall meeting to propose to get people to get out of there, because for a little bit of time, his little jewelry shop that sells overpriced bullshit jewelry doesn't get to make money.
You good?
No. I think it's so stupid. I think it's so dumb that is the reason why they want Sundance out. No, Sundance should stay exactly where it is. It should continue to stay there. It has so much there's so much that is involved in why it's in Sundance. And these shop owners can get over it for the 2 weeks that they're not making bajillion $million.
Hey, big guy.
That's it. That's all. I'm sorry.
The sun is getting real low.
Stop. Sorry. I'm so mad at it. I'm mad at it because that's the no, I'm not gonna do it.
Getting low, big guy. There we go.
I'm mad because in Utah in general, that's people's attitude is like if it's not personally benefiting them from an extreme monetary thing, they hate it, and I'm just
no selflessness.
There's a lot of people,
and it just makes people disgusting when they're not selfless. Like I agree.
Yeah.
I'll be selfless to a point, except for sharing a room. For anybody listening, I'm not sharing a room at RMRRF. Not at all. It's not happening. There is no chance of Bensky and I sharing a room at RMRRF because I don't share. Brady doesn't share rooms.
Brady doesn't share rooms.
Okay.
Anyways,
so let's back. Okay. So hey, I got something that I don't think you know about yet. Actually, Oz, tell him the cool thing about us being able to go online and get something.
Yes, we now have merchandise.
We're official, son. What up?
Let's go. That's sick.
We have a proper enamel mug, an insulated water flask, and a logo tee.
Bensky's going shopping.
Back up real quick. Did you say a water flask? Do you know what
insulated
kind of fucking podcast we are? What kind of water? Like
water bottle? Is that how you want me to say?
Bottle. Like if we're gonna do a flask, why don't we have a basically us flask that you can put some some diesel into it, bro?
Oh, it's an insulated aluminum flask.
Yeah,
you're killing our products before they sell.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm gonna go shop. Can we get shirts? And
I'm shopping. I'm shopping right now.
We have a logo tee.
Where do they go?
If they go to shop.asylumlife.com.
Look at that. It's right there, guys. Anyone who's seeing it, it's here. I'm on there. Look at that.
Is there a print on the back too, or is it just the front?
I believe it has the two heads.
It does. It has our little heads back there.
I'm totally getting these.
Oh yeah, I gotta buy one.
I think we need to make a new tee. We need a new tee that says Brady doesn't share rooms.
Brady doesn't share rooms. Yeah, we can't really put what's the clip that we had from me that we can't put on a tee, but it'd be really funny.
Oh yeah.
What was it? What did it say?
What it was doing it black is smoother or something like that?
Oh, something like that, yeah.
God, Bensky. We're clipping that though. It's okay. All right, so all right. Hey, I need your help, Bensky, because now that you're back, I need your help.
Yes.
We have to hit social media super hard this week.
Yes.
Over the next 2 weeks. Because number one, we got to start getting comments on our videos, right? So like that was like one of the big feedbacks is that we got to get comments on our videos. So if you guys are listening to it, please take a moment and go over and like comment on either the YouTube side or like Oz, like can they comment on Spotify and like Apple Podcasts? Is that like where they're going to
Spotify and Apple Podcast and rate it as well, especially on Apple.
Rate it.
On Apple, rate it, please.
Okay, cool.
And then the other thing too is we got to hit up to social media too, not only asking for that, but we also got to I want to do where people can like very Dear Abby style, people can write in and ask life questions that they need help with for you and I, because I think it would be a scream. I think it would be amazing.
I think it'd be great. Super great. I agree.
And we have Jiminy Cricket or Oz that will keep us in, like, do not do that. Like, do not do that. Like people will be like, I have this rash that is in the inside of my thigh, right? I'll be like this. I got it. I know what it is. So you're gonna put lemon on that. Yeah, you're gonna put lemon on that. Lemon's gonna like take it right. See, exactly. And Oz is gonna be like this disclaimer: do not do that.
We're not medical professionals.
Or I'm gonna be like this. Like it's straight out of Ladies Man, where it's like, yes, sir. Oz gonna be taking calls like, yes, sir. I understand. Chlamydia is not a soup. I get it.
That's amazing. That'd be great. No, seriously, guys, like, yeah, for real. It's gonna be awesome. Obviously, it's gonna help the podcast. It's gonna help the social media, but also like we really appreciate our fans. Like we appreciate everybody who's 100%. Been listening to us. There are people. I have finally, did I tell you guys this? I've met somebody randomly who watches our podcast. Like cool. I was walking. I have no idea who they were. I met them. They're like, "Hey, you look really familiar." And I was like, okay. And they're like, basically yes. I was like, I'm sorry, timeout. What? And it was cool. It was a moment that happened, and that's really cool. That's something that really means a lot to us. And let's get it out there. Everybody can help out. So yeah,
for sure, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so next Monday. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay, so we're fine. But hey. I wanted to say, man, I absolutely missed the shit out of you. I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad that you're safe. Yeah. I'm glad that you're having fun. I'm glad that the family's good. But your boy I got 1 hour left to eat. So your boy is.
We gotta get you out of here.
Son.
Gotta get you out of here.
Or something. So I want to close out and say, hey man, I love you. I'm glad that you got to spend time with your family. I'm glad that things are really on the up and up for the Basically Us podcast, and we got a lot of great things going. We're keeping schedule and everything else like that, unless we have stupid Jersey problems. Thank you, New Jersey, by the way, for episode 2. Anyways, but I want to tell everyone, thank you again for watching the Basically Us podcast, season 2, episode 3.
Episode 3, baby.
Yep. And so make sure that you stop in where the conversation never ends.
Yes. And don't ever forget to don't stop questioning everything. I almost missed it, but we got it.
Let's go.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us for Basically Us. We are glad you enjoyed the show and hope to see you next time when Brady says,
"Are you fucking telling me?"
See you next time.